and welcome back to Dark Souls 3 with myself, Hollow. We have some cinders to return to a throne, but first, we must speak to the NPCs, see if there's anything else we can learn. I think we've successfully completed a few NPC storylines, but there's still a lot that remain. We have the Pyromancer and the Sorcerer, two that we've seen a lot of their story, specifically the Pyromancer, but not much of the Sorcerer actually, that I've not managed to accomplish. So excited to try again on a new character and see if I can't properly progress their story, and of course share it with you guys when I get the opportunity. We have Grey Rat. I feel like we're like at near his end of his story, but like we have no closure. He's just gone right now. I don't think he's coming back. I think I have to go find him, but I couldn't. I don't know where to look because we've been through all of Lothric Castle, haven't we? So I'm not sure. But there is one place actually. No. I bet he's down there. We haven't been in the rafters. I forgot to go back and jump down to the rafters like an idiot last time. So we'll be doing that this episode. But it's interesting to think about how we've not found him, yet we've been through most of the area.
Oh Lord and Liege, I prithee, play the usurper. When the moment cometh to link the fire, wrest it from its mantle. The age of fire was founded by the old gods, sustained by the linking of the fire. But the gods are no more, and the all-powerful fire deserveth a new heir. Our Lord of Hollows, it shall be who weareth the true face of mankind.
So I wanted to just quickly go over that dialogue once more, just super quick. She actually wants me to link the flame, but I'm going to become the king, right? I'm going to become Lord of Hollows, and then with that power, control the world in some form. I'm excited and interested to learn more of what that is, and that's the ending we're kind of aiming for, this Yuria-related one. So it seems like in Dark Souls 1, to do the Dark Rife ending, you would walk away and not link the fire. And what's super important, I hope I'm not misunderstanding, is that she actually wants me to do it and become the king and basically usurp the throne is the direct line. She wants me to become the next Lord of Cinder kind of thing. So it is interesting to think about the fact that Dark Race, or at least we think she's a Dark Wraith or part of the new Dark Race, their intention, their plan is indeed to link the fire, which goes against what it used to be. I believe how to progress most of the storylines of the characters that sell you spells is to buy the spells. Like, that's how I managed to accomplish the Faith Users one, right?
Do stay safe.
The fact that we managed to learn more about her character and see more of her story sort of entirely relied upon buying the things she sells, buying the miracles. So if I wanted to progress the Sorcerer storyline, to progress the Pyromancer storyline, I assume I need to actually buy their sorceries, buy their spells. And I could still do that now. I could farm up and buy them, but it would force all of the story really quickly into a compact moment, and it wouldn't progress properly. Like, I'm sure that I could buy all of the spells this Pyromancer has to offer, and then maybe something happens, right? But what about if I bought all of the ones he had available, then got a tome, and then gave him more, bought all of those? So I'm sure there's like multiple stages. That's usually how these things go. So you like, let's say stage 1, you buy everything he has, maybe you get a unique dialogue or something, right? Then from that point on, you find another tome, you give him the ability to sell more spells, you buy those, you see another stage, and then you've got an idea of what causes what dialogue. And that's really important to me in understanding a character and their progression, because who knows what will happen with these characters. It could be dark, it could be good, who fucking knows? I don't. But that's, I'm assuming, how it works, because that's how it usually does in Souls. I'd be surprised if it was any different. Still
to touch me.
Nothing.
Keep those things from eating away at me.
It seems like she's just lost it. And with her, I'm actually considering killing her now, because she asked and begged thinking I was the Kareem Knight. Kill me like you promised you would. Just do it. Because she's in an eternal nightmare, essentially, right now. Okay, and then one really important thing before we progress on is to see if there are any new armor sets on the Maiden. We have the Farum set. That's how you get it. You must defeat the Gankers, and because one of them is wearing the Farum set, you actually have it. Helm named after a god of war. The armor of the Ferosa Lion Knights was preserved even after the destruction of their homeland, and is mentioned in numerous legends, alongside the names of those who are said to have gone beyond death. That was the tagline of Dark Souls 2, go beyond death, and this was the sort of like main armor, poster armor, as it were. I've literally got it on my wall on a poster. One of the nicest sets in all of Souls games. Happy to see it return, and that little reference to the tagline that they used in their trailers and stuff, go beyond death. I like that. Ah, you can get the Lorien set. Armor of Prince Lothric's older brother, Lorien. This black-dyed brass helm is patterned with flame. Lorien, raised as a knight, is said to have been left mute and crippled by his younger brother's curse. It's also said that Lorien, in fact, wished it so. The older brother wanted to be mute and crippled. I mean, maybe less like, oh, I really want to be mute and crippled. More like, I'm willing to sacrifice that to help my brother, I guess. This black-dyed brass armor was passed down to him from the royal family. Oh shit, there it is, the Nameless King set. Oh, it does look very nice. We're going to have to wear this a little bit. I need some souls. Crown of a nameless king who is allied to the ancient dragons. This golden crown, buried amidst long strands of bristling ash, is said to closely resemble that of the First Lord. Yeah, Gwyn's long hair. It's like a wilder version of that hair. Dragon scales are razor sharp and cannot be burned. Ooh, maybe good fire resistance on this armor. There's actually more on the gloves. I'm glad I looked. These golden bracelets, together with the golden breastplate and crown, are said to closely resemble those of the First Lord. So, either it's like bits of the First Lord, Gwyn's armor, or it's like his son just has similar armor. Oh, yes, you can get the Black Hand armor set. I didn't expect that. Attire of the hunters known as the King's Black Hands. This wide-brimmed hat is emblematic of the role. Black Hand was a title established to honor hunters who served successive kings. To date, no more than 3 such individuals have borne this distinction. A black cape covers leather armor, shrouding the wearer in darkness. Oh, you can even get Leonhard's. Oh my god, there's so many armor sets. What the fuck? Garb of Ringfinger Leonhard. Leonhard was born into royalty, which is believed to be the reason for his skill in both sorcery and swordsmanship. He was actually a royal, but which royal? Indeed, this dingy garb is in fact embroidered with gold thread, betraying its purpose as military wear designed for a noble. Ah, well, we did talk about how I thought maybe there was a chance Rosaria was linked to Guinevere, whether it was like a daughter or some sort of family member, or maybe even Guinevere like deteriorated massively. I really like those theories. And, you know, we know this guy is relevant to that. We thought maybe there's a chance that he failed to protect Gwyndolin, and so tried to protect Guinevere if that was her, or maybe, you know, a relative, and went mad maybe. Interesting that he is part of the royalty, and I guess I would say more linked to Anna Londo's royalty. God, there's so many sets now, though. It's actually like, buy, and I want all of these before I complete the game and are forced into New Game Plus, obviously, because then I have to go through the whole game to unlock these. I think I need like 200k souls to buy all of this. I have like a good chunk of it though, about half of them, but I want all of them. I want as much fashion souls potential as possible. So in the interest of fashion, I've managed to get a few souls, and I bought a couple pieces of set. As you can see, we're wearing the Black Hand chest piece. I think it really looks cool. We've obviously got very heavy legs and gloves. So there's this sort of assassin-y feel character. And then we have more of a... God, I don't know how to describe it, but I wanted to have a mask on, and this is the other mask that I didn't use, the Horace the Hush mask. Never actually put it on. It looks very creepy, and I like a reason to put it on. But then we have the fallen king, the nameless king, his chest piece, which looks really cool, and I've mixed it with a bit of other armor to fit with the color scheme. I think it looks cool, but I think I must admit I prefer the assassin vibe. And now we return to the top of the archives, and we really want to go to the top, so we have the rafters to jump down to, and they do respawn. I made a call last episode that I figure they probably don't respawn. They do, but surely they don't drop a slab every time. Either way, we're just going to go ahead and try and run past them. Just ignore them. We'll see how that goes. Don't mind me, boys. I'm just going to go down here to the rafters, you see? Hello? Oh my god. Don't shoot me off. Hello? Okay, so I need to drop down to this part. Here we are. Oh god. Oh. I didn't realize I was going to fall there. I was expecting some rafter fighting, not a cage at the top of the fucking thing, and there's bird feathers everywhere. Now, I was told that once I go to the rafter bit by Gibiak, I need to go back to the boss room and see if I notice anything. So I'm assuming it's something to do with this. Divine Pillars of Light. Hey, is that the spell? Yeah, the Pillars of Light. It's like the firestorm that we've seen. Chaos Storm, sorry. Yeah, the one that the winged knights have been using. That they bring down like an angel faith-related storm. And it's devastating. Miracle of Gertrude, the heavenly daughter. We've heard of her before. I remember learning that she was against something, and so people didn't like her or something like that. I don't remember where I read that. I'll have to have a look. It brings down multiple pillars of light in the vicinity. Yeah. The Queen's holy maiden, Gertrude, was visited by an angel, who revealed this tale to her. Despite losing both her sight and her voice, she was determined to record the tale. Ordinarily, men cannot decipher her fragmented scroll, nor comprehend how it became the foundation of the angelic faith of Lothric. A maiden was visited by an angel. That angel taught her this tale, which caused this awesome thing. And then that was the core of all of the faith of the characters. We've seen them use these holy faith miracles where they buff up their weapon and it's like a bright white light. We've seen that they have something to do with the sun. Actually, that's a great point. They have a sun statue in the castle, but it's broken and damaged. It's like they were once sun bros, is what I'm going to call them. They once worshipped the sun, perhaps, right? And then this happened, and then they moved on to a new form of faith, or what maybe they believe a higher form of faith, because it's more relevant to them in this day and age. This character, Gertrude, is the reason they use these faith miracles. Where have I read about her before, though? Crystal Chime, that's where. My god. Sacred Chime, once the possession of Gertrude, the heavenly daughter, and defiled by the scholars of the Grand Archives. So we found this in the Grand Archives at the very bottom. We now hang in a cage directly above all of that. The power of crystals granted the scholars a degree of success. In this case, their work enabled this chime to be suitable for casting both miracles and sorceries. So it was her chime, relevant to miracles because she has this angelic thing, and they wanted it to be used for sorceries at the same time. So I'm assuming to achieve their goals, they locked up Gertrude. This could be her, but I don't really see an explanation for the feathers. It could be a link, actually. Oh, don't forget about this guy. Why is he here? It could be a link, actually, to the characters from the Painted World in Dark Souls 1 that were like bird people. And you know what? There was actually one in Dark Souls 2. I recall there was one that created boss soul weapons for you. Oh my god. Bless gem. Oh, that's cool. Just don't want to fall off and die, you know. Alright, we're going to drop down here now. Alright, that's fine. You keep shooting your thing. I'm going to just stand here where you can't shoot me and then get my bow out and fucking kill you, you piece of shit. Fuck off! Wow. Well, if he had an item, it's gone now. I've no idea, though. I could reload, I suppose, but I didn't see anything. I don't see an item hanging in the air down there, so maybe we're okay. Aha! Ladder! Wait, where does this go? It's always cool to be up high over the area you've just gone through. Like, you progress up and up and up and up, and it's hard, and it's traps, and it's stressful, and then you are now looking down upon it all of a sudden, and you get a really new version, a different aspect to where you've just been, and it kind of helps me understand the area and the actual places you can and can't go a little bit better. Still, why was one of those guys there? And it was like he was guarding the cage, trying to stop me from getting to it. How is it that he was here, and why? Well, it looks like the only way down anyway, I just went around a full circle, is down this ladder. I hope I get some answers. Oh, we got a couple chests here. I think they're not mimics. Yeah, they don't look like they are. What have we got? Law, please. A divine blessing. Okay. And twinkling titanite. Doesn't really give me any lore. But a divine blessing's linked to the Queen of Lothric, who is the one who gave birth to Ocelot and was married to the former king Osiris. But this is the former king and the former queen before the current king of Lothric. So, not sure. I mean, Gertrude maybe was around in her time, that could mean. Maybe that's what that means. Maybe it's a reference to the fact that Gertrude's time and her faith was brought down on, the whole of Lothric. That happened during Ocelot's time and Osiris's time. Maybe. He survived. Holy shit. He actually fell all the way down and survived. Give me an item. Give me some lore. Anything. Nothing. Well, shit. Well, at least it does answer one question on the bright side, and that question was, does he drop an item? Have I missed some lore? I had to go look and see. I went down to try and find his body. But no, nothing. But there's a lot of links here. So Rosaria is linked with the Slugman. Then we have the Divine Blessing, which is linked to the former queen. We kind of like the idea that the former queen was Guinevere, right? And then I'm thinking it might be cool if Guinevere is linked to Rosaria in some way, whether it's a descendant or maybe even Guinevere herself, like decrepit version. But she obviously is relevant, but we have these like little links, but I just don't have anything to go on besides like saying, oh, it's kind of referenced here, but I don't know what it means. Now, as I promised Gubiak, let's go back to the Grand Archives. That's not where I am. I'm at the Twin Princes room. Why does it say Grand Archives? So we came through there, main entrance. We're supposed to... Oh, right. He said notice something when you go back, and I have immediately. Look at that. I thought that was wax at first. It isn't. It's not wax at all. Those are the same feathers, aren't they? There's fucking tons of them. The feathers. And we have the wing knights. Yeah, the wing knights. They have wings. Did Gertrude have wings? Again, there's just a lot of like things here like that link up and a reference, but I'm not getting like a meaning or an explanation from it. It's just a thing that maybe I need to chew on for a little bit before I can even come up with any ideas. What do you guys think? Why are the feathers in here? Could it just be that there were winged knights protecting this room? Or is it more directly referenced to Gertrude herself, who was apparently a bird person maybe, or had wings? And one final reference to the archives, and we're going to move on at that point, is the scroll that we found. Found inside of the archives, the crystal scroll, reference to Logan.
Back again, I see. I suppose this means you're after sorceries.
Actually, I have something awesome for you, my good sir. A crystal scroll.
Unfathomable. This is a crystal sorcery. Created by the Pale Dragon. Thought only to exist in legend. I am ever grateful to you. This is truly sublime. I am afraid this is a debt I cannot repay. Only, I will be sure to unravel it for you. Just a moment.
It's a lot to take in. I'll give you more than a minute. Still, though, he referenced Seath, you know, the pale dragon. Seath the Scaleless. And yet, on the tome, when the description, it said it was from Logan's scrolls. Now, Logan obviously learnt a lot of these things from Seath and his knowledge and his studies. But it's almost as if this guy here, Mr. Orbeck, he completely ignored the fact that it was Logan's work, ultimately, but inspired and from the knowledge of Seath. Aha, so that has the crystal version of the Soul Mass. According to the Crystal Sages, Old Big Hat achieved enlightenment within the Regal Archives, where he came to find the quintessence of sorcery in the facets of a certain crystal. Then we have the Crystal Soul Spear as well. As you can see, the visual change, much more deadly. I've seen this in PvP. It can one-shot. Oh, the crystal magic weapon. As you can see, it just crystals the shit out of it. After much experimentation, Logan found the crystal medium facilitated a stronger bond between weapon and soul. And that's all of them. Anything else to say?
Again, I'm Orbeck of Vinheim.
Didn't you already say this?
Here to teach you sorceries. Let us begin with the basics.
So he's gone back to his original dialogue there.
Come again.
And he repeats it. I feel the only way to progress his story is buying his sorceries. I wonder what will happen with him. Excited to learn about that story eventually. On a separate character, I'm sure. But now it's finally time. Oh, let me just read this before we do it. Holy King Lothric, last hope of his line. We killed the prince, and yet here we are offering someone else's cinders. The cinders of his son, who somehow was able to link the fire as well, even if he was against it. Oh, it's just his head. Well, now, oh. What are you doing? She's moved. I've not seen her move like that before. Okay, so we have a skull of some kind everywhere. I suppose it shouldn't shock me that I've got a head up there because they're all heads. But the rest are skulls, really. That one's just like a fresh head. You must have something new to say now that I've just done that.
Ah, well met. All is as planned, is it not? 5 lords for 5 thrones. To think others might ne'er be raised. And I, of the last lords, a rather little lord, most undeserving of the honor. Speak with the Firekeeper.
Yeah, piece that together.
Noble lords of Cinder, the fire fades.
Okay, he's dead.
And the lords go without thrones. Surrender your fires to the true heir. Let him grant death to the old gods of Lordran, deliverers of the first flame.
It referenced Lordran for the first time directly in the entire game. Kiln of the First Flame. This is where Gwyn linked the first flame. And this is Firelink's shrine. But it never was it? They called it Firelink's shrine because of its purpose, right? But maybe it was always the kiln. Just renamed and changed and built around to build a building on top of. And the rest of the area just fell away. Seems too small. But I guess we are talking very, very far in the future. We are now at the Flameless Shrine. So either this is the other Firelink Shrine we've already encountered, or it's a third one. I'm not sure. We've more to learn, but that's caved in. That's caved in. It's all caved in. And here are the thrones. Still the same. And what of... Oh, wow. The way the light comes through. I gotta go down and look at that. Oh, that's very nice. Look at that. Yeah, there are cracks and holes directly in the shrine. I can't go up here. I can't go up the other side. I can only go out. Holy shit. Holy shit. Whoa. Whoa. What the what? Whoa, proceed to the first flame. I didn't... Stop doing that to me. It made me kneel. It made me teleport. Whoa. Where am I now? I just wanted to look around. What the fuck? Where even are we? We're at the first flame. You know what? Yeah, okay. You know what? This looks way more like the kiln of the first flame. All decrepit and random things strewn around. Are you going to teleport me when I try and use you? Oh no, I'm actually allowed to light this one. But I want to go back up there and look around. You know what, I'm doing that. More to learn about the positioning of everything, but... there was a thing there that was like shot and like spiked wax. And there's a statue at the top of the archives we saw that was like similar to that. But look at the sky. That right there. I can't even... Where's it going? There's got to be a reason to that. It looks actually less like the dark sign now. Sure, still similar, but it looks much like an eclipse. But look at the formation of that. That is beautiful. And then we have that area over there, which I think is where we were going, based on what I saw. So that's where you teleport over to, I think. The side of maybe an arch tree there, based on the way that it looks like a tree and the roots there. Praise the sun or praise the moon. Yeah. You know, whichever you prefer. Oh my god. But what is this place? It feels like I've been transported in time. Yeah, look, that's totally where we're heading over there. Up to that. Oh, so many questions. This is amazing. Holy shit. What a view. I'm gonna have to call it there. I need cliffhangers. And this is gonna be a good one. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot more lore and concepts today. Progression next episode. maybe the final episode? I don't know. Bear in mind, guys, bear in mind, we'll be doing like the final episode of this character and then moving straight into the final episode of another character, doing a different ending, assuming we do end it in the next episode. So there will be, I think, 3 more episodes after this character's final episode. And don't you worry, I will not be abandoning Dark Souls after this series. Alright, guys, I'll see you next time. Praise the sun.